Judge.
Good afternoon.
To name Cooper for the defense, give us your full name.
Okay, thank you. And today is the date scheduled for preliminary examination in this matter. And, I'm sorry, Counsel, if you can please place your key number on the record.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
566.
And today is the date scheduled for the preliminary examination. And Counsel?
Judge, he understands the nature of purpose of the exam. He wishes to waive it, and then after he does that, we want to have a little conference about that.
Okay. And sir, heard what your attorney stated, correct?
Correct.
Please remove your hands from your pockets. And you understand, sir, that you do have the right to have a preliminary examination, or must be shown that crime was committed, or probable cause exists to charge you with that crime.
Yes.
You also understand, sir, that by waiving your right to your preliminary examination, you will be bound over to circuit court for further proceedings on the charges in the complaint and warrant, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
And you've received notice of those charges, correct?
Yes.
And you, has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or forced you in any way for you to waive your right to your preliminary examination, sir?
No.
All right, the court will note examination having been waived. Defendant is bound over circuit court for further proceedings. You are to appear in circuit court on June 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And counsel, you wanted to address bond. Bond is currently, let me just double check here. Bond is currently $5,000, 10%, which clearly your client's supposed to that. And then there's also conditions where it appears to be you're not to have any contact with Ms. Roberts. You're not to have any assaultive contact with her. You're not to enter the premises on Coaster Street. Not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You are allowed one visit to the premises to obtain personal belongings accompanied by a police officer. You're not to possess or have access to a firearm and or any weapon. Shall not operate a motor vehicle without a valid license, and required to obtain a GPS tether. And on May 16th, the request to remove the tether, this court denied that request. And okay, so those are the current bond conditions. And so counsel?
Okay, Judge, my client, well, I really should start with maybe Ms. Roberts, has informed myself and the prosecution that she wants to make her marriage work as he does. The home that you indicated is the marital home. And she would like, and I hope that you would too, no contact provision, but no longer, a no assaultive contact provision as opposed to a no contact period, and have his tether removed. And I guess I have nothing to say about the amount, although he is not a flight risk.
Okay, Mr. Shadra, your appearance please for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor, or good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Shadra on behalf of the people, PH 6332. Judge, I did have an opportunity to have extensive conversations with the complaining witness. In this case, Judge, she is here. She did indicate that she wanted no assaultive contact on this matter. She is present in court and able to make that representation.
Okay, and ma'am, if you can please state if you can stand up over by the podium, please. And if you can please state and spell your first and last names for the record, please.
Yes, it's Nicole Roberts, Nikole, last name is Roberts. I do want to make it known, Your Honor, that we were married on April 12th. I just haven't had my name legally changed to 100%.
On April 12th, you were married. On April 13th is the date of the offense.
Interesting. I understand.
Okay. All right. And so, ma'am, you are asking this court to amend conditions of the bond to allow Mr. Henderson to return to the home, and also to not have such limited and restrictive contact, but to have it be no assaultive, threatening, abusive, or intimidating contact. Has anybody threatened you or promised you or coerced you in any way to have you come into court to request that? Okay. There's some pretty significant allegations that occurred. Here's what I'm going to do. The court will go ahead and amend the no contact to be strictly the no assaultive, threatening, abusive, or intimidating contact. The court will allow you to return to the premises, sir. If you were to test today, sir, what's in your system?
I sprained my foot and they gave me blood Toradol and narcotic at the hospital. That's
You
it.
sprayed your foot?
I sprained my foot. at
Oh,
work.
sprained your
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
I thought you meant
I
you
just sorry, I
sprayed.
sprayed. Sorry, that's it. Just the medication they gave me at the hospital.
When's the last time you consumed any alcohol, sir?
Going on 2 months.
All right. The court's going to continue your condition of no access to firearms and or any weapons. The court's going to add alcohol tether onto your rear tether. Oh, we thought that was Mr. Goldpaw. That used to be his ringtone. And in fact, Mr. Goldpaw thought it was himself too. Look how, shows you the look on his face.
But I knew it was.
Okay, if you can make sure your phone is off. Okay.
That's what I was making sure, but I knew it was.
I know, yeah, he sure was. Okay. And so we're adding the alcohol tether on.
Okay.
Part of the reason for that, counsel, is number one, the allegations are significant. The two of them are going to be in the same home. I want some additional protection for Ms. Roberts. And it appears as though your client had some significant consumption of alcohol on the day of this incident. So to aid in the protection and the safety of Ms. Roberts, I don't know if there's a trigger that happens at the home, I don't know. So you haven't been back to the home since this offense, is that correct, sir?
Correct.
Okay, so because of some of those unknowns, the court's going to order an alcohol tether as well.
Um,
I'm not going to order that to be through Wayne County Jail. I'll order that through EMS tether, so then you don't have to go back into the jail for that,
Thank you.
okay? Well, let me clarify. I'm going to order Wayne County Jail if they're taking walk-ins. That way it's all with the same monitoring.
Great.
If they're not taking walk-ins, then it will be through EMS, okay?
I'm just making sure the GPS tether will then be removed, is that correct?
Yes. Because at that point, he's already back at the home, so there really won't need to be any need to monitor his whereabouts regarding the home. Okay, so this is an amended bond condition. You'll get a copy of this here in just a moment. Anything else, counsel?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you
There's
for coming
nothing
in.
else. Thank
Anything
you.
else? Okay, all right, thank you. Have a good day.
You should take it.
All right, the balance of bond and conditions are continued. So on the record in the matter of The state of Michigan versus Tyler Slavin, 23rd District Court Case number 241089. Appearance for the people, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Shadra on behalf of the people, PH 6332.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Phantom on behalf of Mr. Slavin, who is present.
Thank you. Your name, sir.
Tyler Slavin, Your Honor.
Okay, next time for court, sir, you should be dressed a bit more appropriately. And today's date scheduled for a pretrial in this matter. This matter has been reassigned to this court. And counsel, what's happening today?
And Judge, I did have an opportunity to speak to the complaining witness who is here and present on Zoom, Judge. She did indicate to myself, as well as Ms. Dodge, the victim advocate, that she does not wish to proceed on this matter. She is here to make a representation on that behalf.
Okay, Ms. Harris, can you please unmute?
Yes,
Please state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Caitlin Saris, Kaitylyn Saris.
Okay, and so, ma'am, you are the named victim in this matter, correct?
Correct.
And you've spoken with the prosecuting attorney or victim advocate from the prosecuting attorney's office?
Yes, I have.
And you do not wish to proceed?
That's true.
Have you been threatened or coerced or any reason why you feel afraid as to why you do not want to proceed?
No, ma'am.
Have you had contact with Mr. Slavin since May
No,
6th
ma'am.
of 2024?
No, ma'am.
And Mr. Shadra, the people cannot proceed without Ms. Saris's involvement?
That is correct, Judge. The people are unable to proceed with alternative proofs.
And so, ma'am, did something happen between May 7th and today's date when you no longer want to proceed?
Nothing has happened.
On May 7th, you stated you wanted to move forward with prosecution, and today you don't want to move forward with prosecution.
No,
Is that correct?
that is correct. No, I don't want to do anything anymore.
And nothing has happened between May 7th and today's date that would
No.
cause you to change your mind?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and counsel, is this with or without prejudice?
Without prejudice.
All right, Mr. Fanto, anything?
No objection to the dismissal.
And Mr. Slavin, I'm sure that your attorney has informed you that it's being dismissed without prejudice, which means that the people could still reissue, they could bring the case back again. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Seems to be a personal bond, so there was no money, no monetary bond. All right, the court will grant the people's motion to dismiss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Let's go off the record.